Dang it, that's what I was afraid of. We're gonna test this thing's capacity, I suppose. So today we're back working out here in the driveway because of bad decisions. I don't know. Hopefully this will be the last day out on the driveway. But what we're doing today, we're gonna pull out the 7.3 here. And you might ask, why are we pulling out a perfectly good running 7.3? Well, it's to make room for the Cummins and the 79 Ford body. This was a pretty good truck. I didn't pay a lot for it, so we're gonna use parts and pieces off of it. In the end, we're gonna wind up with the 79 Dentside crew cab, the Cummins motor, a ZF6, and an F450 chassis. Watch, sit down, enjoy, and let's get after it. All right, step one, we're gonna pull the radiator out. I actually should have pulled this out beforehand before I pulled the body off because I kind of damaged the radiator. Not a big deal. I wasn't planning on using this radiator, but I may hold on to it for mock-up purposes. So let's get that pulled and go from there. Okay. Whoa. That's a reach right there. Can't quite get it. Metal's cold. So just some personal advice. If y'all start a YouTube channel, do it in the spring or the summer. Winter's no good. Come on, you little long-winded bolt. Get out of there. Can't tell if that's out. It's just on such a bind that it won't come out. Or what's exactly going on right here. Be cool if we can get this out of the way. No, not happening right now. Okay, you stay there. That is an impressive amount of threads. I'm gonna go get a drain pan just in case it starts to leak. Are you judging my drain pan?
No, it's nice.
Top dollar. That's the good one. That's the one everybody wants right there. So back in my former job, I was removing 7.3, exact same motor. We were out putting it on a crate. I had my hand between the back of the block and the crate, and the guy that was running the cherry picker for me dropped it on the crate. My hand was between the engine and the crate. My first reaction was jerk my hand out, but it was stuck under there. It kind of freaked me out, so I'm basically yelling, jack it up, jack it up. So he gets it up, gets it off my hand, and my hand's pretty hurt at that point. So anyway, wound up going to the doctor, getting some x-rays, and I broke my middle finger. Smashed it so good. So watch where you're putting your hands. Less than another day. I need you to basically just hold this, don't let it tip toward you. Well, the plan was to not get under this thing today, but here we are. I want a lift and a shot for my birthday.
Like every other turn, you're not even on the bolt.
Hell, I don't even know if I'm going the right way. Does it look like it's looser? There it goes. Look at that drain pan. I told you it was a good one. Okay, I gotta do the other one. Shroud. Gonna reuse that probably. I think what I'm gonna do here is drop this radiator one more time. Be nice if this hose would come off though. Okay, set this off to the side.
It's a leaking.
Where's it leaking?
The bottom.
Cool thing about these radiators, if y'all have ever pulled out a radiator, they never stop leaking. This thing will be leaking 10 years down the road. I don't know how, I don't know why, but that's what they do. We'll set it off here. Side. On the ladder. As soon as you pull this motor out, like it'll never stop leaking, especially antifreeze. So a couple of videos ago, we put this piece of the transmission. I got my transmission split apart because I'm rebuilding it, but we needed it to start the motor because that's what the starter attaches to. So we're just going to pull it off now so I can finish rebuilding my tranny. Ooh, see that nastiness coming out of there?
Ooh. That looks like rusty water.
So I'm gonna pull the extension cord off to the block heater because it is hooked to the frame and to the motor, so it's got to come off one side or the other. So we'll just pull this cord off and we should be good. Ta-da! So we're gonna pull the electrical, start on getting it off the motor so we can continue pulling the motor. This is the ground here. It appears that it can just stay with the motor, but there's a harness that goes up over the top. Let's see where this one goes. This looks like to be the battery cable, positive, which went down to the starter. So this, okay, we got a frame ground that's got to come off. We got here, this will come off. Wow, that whole thing will come off except for we're hooked. Okay, guess that was it for the wiring basically. There's an engine harness that appears to stay with the engine. It unplugs over here. So we unplugged that when the cab came off. So let's just undo this ground right here. We should be good. I kind of feel like we pulled out more bolts than this. Am I not getting them in the baggie? What's going on, Erica?
I don't know.
Oh, we gotta undo the exhaust. That's another one. So we're ready to unhook the exhaust. It's just a single clamp here for the downpipe, but I'm thinking that it's kind of holding the motor from tilting back. So I'm gonna go grab my cherry picker and a chain and we'll get this set up so not all the pressure's on the exhaust. So when I unhook that, it won't go down and crush the oil pan or the filter or anything weird like that. Dang it, that's what I was afraid of. We're gonna test this thing's capacity, I suppose. What if, pulled the bumper off, it appears to be basically one bolt holding it on. What do you think, Erica?
Well, you don't need an engine falling on somebody or something.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we kind of figured that this motor weighs about 1,200 pounds. It might weigh a little more, it's fully dressed, just got basically everything on it, including the flywheel. If this cherry picker's extended all the way out, it is rated for a 1/2 ton. One bolt back and it's rated for 1 ton, which is 2,000 pounds, so that should cover it. The only problem is when I shorten it like that, this right here runs into the bumper. So I think we're gonna do the right thing. We're gonna take a minute, pull the bumper off so we can get the cherry picker in there all the way and be able to lift it on the 1 ton mode. Be a little safer. I'm not even sure this thing would lift it when it's extended all the way out. So that's the route we're gonna go. Okay, basically we got 2 bolts, but this bumper looks heavy as sin. Step 37, remove bumper. Pretty sure that's metric. Where is my metric socket?
How long is it going to take you to pull off this bumper?
7 hours. Don't judge. Yes, that is proper use of that tool. Is this going to work, Erica? It's starting to look promising. I don't hate that. Should work. Bill and antifreeze all over the driveway. You know what's great? Is my chain is right in the way of where I need to unhook that bolt. That sucks. That's okay. That's okay. Ah, maybe the exhaust was holding this up.
Alright, you're leaking something real good under here.
Yep, that's probably antifreeze, and it'll never stop. Something's happening. Okay, that was a giant pain. So now we got to figure out the power steering. It looks like we just got a couple of hoses to undo right here off the pump. I'm sure it's going to leak. And then We got to figure out the motor mount bolts, and I think we'll be, nope, fuel lines. We got to figure out fuel lines, and then maybe we'll be ready to pull this thing. All right, that's on there really good. That's actually hitting the pan. And that one's just simply too big. Okay, one more bolt. Oh, would you look at that? It came loose. So I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but we're out here in a snowstorm. Maybe a blizzard any minute. But we're still going. We're getting close. After this, we just got the fuel lines. If I can figure those out, and then we should be OUT out. Okay, I see what you got going on, Ford. Now the big question is, do I have my tool and do that type of line? Okay, I think that pushes down, and then that pushes out of the way. Then you stick this little tool in here, and it's supposed to compress all the springs, and then the line comes off. Something like that. Miracle of miracles, it worked. And we're leaking something else. That would be fuel. The sun will come out tomorrow. Could happen, Erica. Dang, I think I had it off. They did not want that stuff to come out, ever. Oh, that ain't gonna work. There it goes. Jeez. Just didn't want to give me an inch. Okay, now we gotta get this out of there, because that stays with the frame. That's gonna go with the motor. Yeah, okay, we got it. That was a bit of a struggle. This will come off now. It's a mess. That was a tangled up mess. So we got the power steering all unhooked. We got the fuel lines unhooked. The only thing that's holding us up now, I think, is the motor mount. So we're gonna go ahead and unbolt those, and should pull right out. Zippity doo all them babies out of there. Okay, 3 down, 1 to go. I think it moved. Oh yeah, it's moving. Maybe we better start thinking about where this is gonna go.
You ain't been thinking about that for weeks?
Well, I got an idea, but I think I'm just gonna put it right here. So we got the motor mounts unbolted, and we're ready to start pulling it out, see what we forgot.
I think that was just the exhaust.
Is it still hung on there? I think I can go forward now. This is going to be an uphill battle in and of itself.
It's leaking good.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Okay, it's off the exhaust.
Maybe don't show the antifreeze leaking all over my driveway. I have the EPA over here. Okay, what am I hung up on now, Erica, besides everything? Oil filter, got to get up above the oil filter. So get this out of the way. Yeah, I think it just needs to come up now. That might work. With the cab off and everything off, it just makes it go so much quicker. It's heavy. Oh, I'm still hung. Forgot one. So I forgot one of the power steering lines. We'll just hurry and pull it off. I'm not really sure how I didn't see that. There it is. These old hoses, they get brittle and they get stiff and they're very hard to pull off. Sometimes it's easier just to cut them, and then you don't break your power steering reservoir. Sometimes you can just shorten them if you got to reuse them. Sometimes you can shorten them and reuse them. Sometimes you just got to get new hoses. They're old, they're brittle. Why not replace them? Well, other than the money thing, these things always cost money. Old trucks cost money. turn. Stop. On the upside, it's still leaking. I just need you to hold this jack stand. So I want this jack stand to go under this thing right here. But don't get your hands in a bad spot because bad things happen. Just for now, just hold it like this. I'm gonna slowly let it down and we're gonna see if we can find a happy spot for it.
In a little bit. Does that look good?
Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'm gonna let it down a little bit more. Oh, well, it ain't going nowhere. Unless you hit it with a freaking car. Okay, I like it. So we made some more progress today on the F450 Dentside Cummins project. We got the motor pulled. So the next step, we're gonna take it up to work and we're gonna pressure wash the frame off. And then we're gonna hit it with a wire brush and do a quick and dirty paint job with it, just to make it a little bit nicer to work on, make it look a little better. It ain't gonna be anything special, but we'll make it look a little bit better. So anyway, thanks for watching, appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe.